center on the Marina. Other than that, it's pretty nimble, and with decent wind at all. Deeper water. Lake Pepin average is 18 feet deep. Down here at this end, we spend most of our time in 20 to 40 or so feet of water. The water is the deepest right over off the Minnesota shore down here. And if you picture the angle of the bluffs going into the water, down to the highway, well, that angle continues into the water. So we won't do this, but we could just about put the bow on shore and still have enough water under the keel to be okay. So if Mark and I get yapping about our sea stories and everything, and then the bluffs start getting bigger in the background, feel free to say something. But we can tuck up pretty close without it being an issue. And Mark, that's actually over here because the highway. Well, actually, let me just explain a little bit. Just on the Pepin side down at this end, you notice the bluffs are about a mile inland, right? So we have a real shallow gradient coming in right here, and then a steep grade on the Minnesota side. That switches, like up in Stockholm and up near Maiden Rock, the bluffs are right along the water. So most of the places, except for right in Maiden Rock, it's pretty deep. And then over where Lake City is, the bluffs are about a mile inland. So it's like maybe something tucked up around Minneapolis, St. Paul or whatever, but they've got the better part of 800 boats. Have you ever been by the Marina there? And they're kind of divided, loosely divided. The downriver Marina is sailboats and the upriver Marina is power boats. So you're going to see a certain amount of traffic coming out of there just because there's that many more boats than we have down here. But just Pepin, we're incredibly lucky. It never feels crowded. And my belief is that, I mean, there's within 5 miles of us either way, about the better part of a mile and a half that way, 6 miles up that way, about 4 miles down that way, there's 1,700 boats sitting in the water, in marinas. And here we are on a lovely, no humidity, enough wind to sail kind of day, but not too choppy for even a lot of smaller power boats and stuff. And we own the joint out here. And I believe it's because you can't build on either side right along the water because of the highway and the railroad. So you don't get the homes like you would picture around the St. Croix or out on Minnetonka or whatever, where there's one home after another. And they usually have 2 or 3 watercraft these days. They'll have a fishing boat and a pontoon and a jet ski or whatever in the world it is. So, all right.
Now I got to come up to the bow and I got to steer it before, and it's just been a lovely new way to experience Lake Pepin, and I really highly recommend this for your next Laura trip, to do something different and really get a feel of the lake and what it really is like. So I hope you'll take a chance to sail it. So today we've sort of taken the same route and back again that the Ingalls family took over frozen Lake Pepin with their wagon. And this is probably the safest way to do that now. And really, I know I said this before, but I'm just very impressed. I think this is an experience that pretty much every Laura fan ought to try and do. It's just really great to get a feel for the lake.
We're gonna just keep going to that side of this turning basin here, because we also want to